Tuck your tailbone under, pull your lower belly in, really lifting your waist. Okay, great. Now I want you to come up into a tree pose, taking hold of this shin and bringing the heel as high up to the groin as possible. Lovely. Now pressing this hip back, you're going to press your right thigh back as far as you can. So you can see your hips are nice and open. That's no issue there. Okay, so keeping your hand on top and keeping the gap closed between the calf and the thigh bone, I want you to lift your heel up towards your lower belly and receive the foot from underneath with the left hand. Great, great. Now you're going to use this bicep here to keep that foot up and keep the little toes curling here. Good. And then you're just going to reach around with this hand. That's it. All the way around. Let the hand glide on top of the hip. Good. I'm just going to catch the wrist. This is a really nice starting point. Eventually, with time, we'll have you catch the foot and fold forwards, but just hold for 5 breaths. Good. And then gently release the foot. That's it. Good. Great. All the way down. Lovely. And then let's do exactly the same on the left side. And now it's worth saying as well, if ever at any point you have any knee injuries, it's really good to come into the posture in this way because it just helps you get into the hip first. And then bringing the foot up into a tree pose. And again, if you had a knee injury, you might just stop here and not do the half lotus. Hopefully that you won't get any knee injuries, but you know, it does happen in life. Good, great. And now you're going to hold the shin and pull the heel up towards the navel. Good. Using your bicep to keep that so nice and strong here. Yeah, to keep that foot in place. Great. Now you're going to reach around behind. Good. And you're going to catch that wrist. Lovely. And just holding there for 5 breaths.
I'm going to let my shoulder blades go together, like retract.
You could do. Yeah, but yeah, relax is also good. Yeah, but no, you don't want tension. So you want them open, but without being tense. What you're getting is a nice stretch through here, as well as across the chest. Good, and then release. Lovely. So what we're doing today, you know, with these videos is we're exploring the half lotus. Yep. So we're going to vinyasa now, and we're going to jump to Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. This was Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. Now we're going to go to Paschimottanasana. So let's do a vinyasa. Good. Lovely. Okay, good. So we want to be nice and safe with the knees. So I'm going to have you actually come here first. Yeah. Now, see how here you've closed the gap between the thigh, the calf and the thigh. Because what we want to do is we want to be moving from the hip socket, because the knee is a hinge joint. It's not a ball and socket joint. So we want to minimize movement here. Okay, so now come out to the side, keeping that closed as much as you can. Great. And you're going to hold the shin bone, and you're just going to lift the heel up towards the belly. At the same time, your left hand is going to come in to receive the outside of the foot. Yep. Good. And then you slip slightly across. Now you notice your hip bone, there's a little groove on the inside of the hip bone, that's where the heel's going to fit.
That's where it is, yeah.
Lovely. Now you're squeezing the inner thigh in a bit. Okay, so just for the benefit of people watching, I want you to go into what you normally do so that I can show what happens. If you could come round the back and have a look. So here you've gone straight into the internal rotation, and we can see here there's quite a distance between the hand and the foot. So we can get rid of that distance by coming back up. So I want you to turn your hand out. So the palms facing forwards. Now I want you to really lift in your waist and really thrust the chest up. Now here, I'm just going to stretch your chest off and get this retraction in the scapula. This is really important. It makes a huge difference. It gives you like another 2 inches of space. Yeah, great. So the scapula is really moving now. Once I feel that movement, we're going to go back to that internal rotation. You're going to keep that retraction and we're going to catch the foot. Good. So just through the retraction of the shoulder blade, you gain another 2 inches. Now you're squeezing this inner thigh, squaring up the shoulders, holding the posture for 5 breaths. Asha, inhale, lifting up. Ekadasha, exhale. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. And Chaturdasha, inhale. Come back to sitting. Lovely. So now we're going to do the opposite side. So again, let's just bend the knee upright first and just feel this closing here, keeping that joint safe. Good. Lovely. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to drop it out to the side. We didn't actually do this on the other side, but let's do it with that sort of hip movement. So just moving the hip back. Can you hold your foot, lift the foot off the floor? Yeah, and now, yeah, that's it. So we're just getting that hip to activate. Good. And then bringing the heel up to the navel, receiving the foot. Lovely. I'm going to come in behind you. So you're going to lift up in your waist. You're going to really lift the top of the chest up. Excellent. And then we're going to start to get this shoulder blade moving. Good. So we feel that nice retraction. We're going to internally rotate. Good. Keep the elbow high. Come above the waist and catch that foot. Great. And then you're going to reach with the other hand and exhale, fold forward. So try and keep the inner thigh, shoulders square. Good. Okay, nice. Now you're going to Shodhasana, inhale, lift to the chest, pause, exhale the breath, and then release the leg. Good. And then Saptadasana, inhale, lifting up. Ashtanga, exhale. Ekunavimshatahi, inhale. Vimshatahi, exhale. And then Sapta, jump to sitting. Great. So now we'll go to the Marichasanas. Now we're really focusing on B and D because what we're looking at is the half lotus. But let's start with A, okay, just to set up the movement pattern. So you're going to bring that heel in. So here, you want to make sure the heel is in line with the sit bone. So you should be able to fit your hand in between your inner thigh and your instep. Great. Now you're going to reach forwards and you're going to wrap this arm around. Good. This is the beginning again of that internal rotation. Great. And now I want you to try and square up. Now if you really suck up the arch of that foot and push through the ball of the foot, great. And try and squeeze this inner thigh in towards your waist. Now you'll notice how tension goes up here in the shoulder. That's really common. With time you'll learn to pull the scapula down. Yeah, that's it, that's it. That's it, yeah. And try and release this tension. I'm going to come here and just give you a little bit of an adjustment. Good. Keep breathing. 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Then you're going to inhale, sit up, and exhale. So let's vinyasa, darsha, inhale, lifting up. Ekadasha, exhale. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. And then Chaturdasha, inhale. Second side, good. Okay, so bending your left knee. Great, so you try and find that position, so the heel and the sit bone. Yeah, lovely. Great, reaching forwards. I'm going to give you a little bit of help here. Good. Nice tight grip. Lovely. And then we're going to square off the shoulders. Really suck up the arch of that left foot. Push through the ball of the foot. Spread the toes. And your drishti, you're looking, is to that toe there. Good. Great, you've got no tension here. That's fantastic.
That feels better.
Okay. Sometimes one side is easier than the other. 4, 5, great. And then, so you're going to inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, that's your Shodasha. Saptadasha, inhale, lifting up. Ashtanga, exhale, Chaturanga. Do your vinyasa. I forgot to take these out. Okay, so now we're going to do B. So it's going to be the left leg in half lotus. But before we go into half lotus, we're going to do the posture with the half lotus on the floor. Okay? So bend your right knee high and bring the left leg in there. Yeah, great. Great. Yeah, nice. Good. Sit up tall. Now just check that heel and sit bone again. Great. And we're just going to see your range here. So you're going to go forwards as much as you can. That's it. And then again, internally rotate. Good. And we're going to bind here. Nice. Now trying to get those shoulders square. So bringing that left shoulder over that left knee. Now can you see how your foot's lifting up? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, suck up the arch of the foot and really push through the ball of the foot. And your drishti is around about there. Good. Now we're going to try it with the half lotus. So release, yeah, come out. So you're going to come, imagine you're drawing a line in the sand. Yeah, all the way up, coming up. Great. Okay, so let's do this together. So you're going to put your hands back behind you and lean back. And now just bring this heel into that sit bone. Now I want you to try not to shuffle around, okay? I want you to try and just stay straight. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, now, again, we're not going to slide like that, but we are going to start to come forwards until the weight comes onto this left thigh. So you might need to walk the hands with you forwards. Yeah, nice, lovely, great, great. Okay, so now the weight's on here.
Yeah.
Now your right hand, I want you to bring it forwards. Good. And now you're trying to bring your right knee and your right shoulder towards each other. So maybe start to walk your hand out that way a little bit. Keep the weight forwards onto this thigh.
I'm just losing the foot on
the lotus foot.
Yeah. It's just slipping, I think.
So you need to make sure the foot's active.
Okay. Shall we go back?
Yeah, let's try again. Okay, so come up to the belly button first, then to the thigh. Now what I find is really helpful is to kind of push the outside edge of the foot onto the thigh, yeah? So the ankle is stable.
Yeah.
It might soften as you go, but try and keep a little bit of tension so it doesn't become floppy. Now, you really need to come right back. You can exaggerate that. Yeah, nice. Great.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, now we're coming up. We're going to have to walk the hands with us. And we're going to come onto that left thigh.
Yep.
Yeah? Good. Use your toes. Push your toe. Wrap your toes around that thigh. And then come in here.
Yep.
Nice. Now try and, with your left hand, push yourself over to the left. Not your hips. just your torso. Stay there, I'm coming out to have a look. Good. So we can see there's, this is something that's going to take a little time and practice. And that's, all part of the process. Just holding here for 5 breaths. Good. So now to come out, you're going to come back. Support yourself with your hands. Now I want you to release this leg first. Good. Now from the thigh bone, move the thigh out and then release that leg. Good. And then we'll take a vinyasa. Good, and we'll do the other side. So we'll start with the lotus on the floor.
Yep.
Good. Then bend the left knee, sorry. Yeah, so here you want to point those toes and tuck them under. You want it to be as much in the same, close to the same shape as possible as the other one. Great. Now you're going to lean forwards. So really try and get that movement in the hips. Yes, yes. Using this hand to get you forwards is great. Yeah, nice big wrap. Good, nice bind. Lovely. So here we're getting to really work the upper body, the wrapping part of the posture, whilst not putting too much pressure on the lower body by doing the lotus. Keep squeezing this inner thigh. Okay, good. And then we're going to reset, come up. Good. So now you're going to release that leg. Yep. And now you're going to bring your right leg into half lotus. You're going to come that side. Now, don't push on your knee. Okay. Yeah? The knee will, in its own time, come down. And if it comes down, you want it to come down from here. You don't want it to come down because you've been pushing it down. Okay? If you want to loosen it, do some little rocks to the side to get into that hip bone, thigh bone, hip socket. Okay, so then bring it across. So we're going to lean back. You can exaggerate the lean back. Good, nice. And now we're coming slightly to one side. Good. Great. Good. Use your back arm for support. Really reach forwards.
This side feels so much easier.
Yeah, I can see it looks easier. Yeah, this side you're much closer. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to close this distance here between the torso and the thigh. So you could take the hand a bit more on the diagonal. Yeah, nice. You can see you're still not quite ready to bind because the hips are quite lifted, but it's a really good starting place. Good. So after 5 breaths, you're going to come back up. Remember, you're going to release the upright knee first. Great. Lovely. And then we're going to vinyasa. Okay. So we're going to do, again, D is our focus with the lotus, but we'll do C first, just because they do work in order. So you're going to bend your right knee, and you come into the same position you did in A. Yeah. Now you're going to place your right hand on the floor behind you, and you're going to, with your left hand, hug in. Good. Okay, this really is about the torso, so I want you to really twist that torso. Yes. Take that hand as far back as you can and get that shoulder as far behind that shoulder as you can. Beautiful. Great. Now just make sure the pelvis doesn't twist. So you're in a really good position. I think we could go for a bind here, but I'm going to do it in stages. We're going to start by just coming forwards here. Lovely. And getting your hand underneath your foot. Now you'll notice we've kept in internal rotation here. Yeah? We haven't opened out and turned your arm that way. Okay, this is really important. It's got to be, the palm is facing away from you, The shoulder's internally rotating and the hand goes under the foot. Okay, now what I want you to do here is keep twisting. At the same time, push your body forwards and try and bend this elbow. Yeah, lovely. Keep bending it. Keep bending it. Excellent. Now, there's not much space here. It's a good sign. The elbow is clearing the shin. This is a good sign. This means that the prerequisites are there for us to go for a bind. So you're going to let go of the foot, bend that elbow. Good. Use your back arm to keep pushing your body forwards. Now, I don't want you to look at it. I want you to feel it and keep looking at the back. That's it. Great. Nice. Good. Just going to hold that there and you're going to bind here. Very nice. Now I'm just going to come in here to support you. Keep driving through that right foot and keep lengthening through the spine. So don't drop the chin. Yeah, tall through the spine. Good. Now can we think about your left leg? Yeah. Very nice. So you're going to inhale, look to the front. Exhale. Now we release. Good. And then you're going to release that leg, vinyasa. Take the second side. Okay, so now your left knee is going to come high. And you're going to start by hugging knee in the crook of the elbow. Good, getting that nice torso rotation. Good, keep walking that hand back, trying to get the back shoulder behind the front shoulder. Beautiful, great. So you see, naturally, as you go back there, this is coming forwards. So now we're going to slip the upper arm over and we're going to take the hand under the foot. Good, so we'll take a few breaths here. Really push the foot into the hand, ground there, and keep twisting the spine. Lovely. Okay, so now we're going to try and push this elbow forwards. Yeah, very nice. Excellent. Great. Now I'm going to help you lock this here. You're going to release the foot. You're still in that internal rotation. And we're going to, now sometimes the two flat bones, this one and this one, the edges get caught. So you have to kind of do this. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I think you're a little tighter on this side.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you're going to stay there.
Yep.
I'm just going to lift you here. So we're not actually going to bind. Just going to hold. Lift your chest. Okay, good. Put the hand back. So really, to be honest, on this side, just wanted to see where we'd go. I would stay with working the hand under the foot and getting this elbow forwards.
Okay.
When this comes about here, then you'll be ready. Okay, good. So release. Vinyasa. Good, and jump to sitting. So because C, you're not quite there with C. So, in your Mysore practice, we would stay here for a while until this loosens up a little bit. We wouldn't go to D, okay? But for the purpose of this, we're exploring the Padmasana. Yeah. We'll have a look at D and we'll see what variations you might do. Let's say when you finish C and you're starting to work on D. Okay, so again, we'll start with the lotus on the floor. So left leg on the floor, right knee high.
I'll start with the lotus. On
the floor, so yeah. So let's say we've got lotus on the thigh and we've got lotus on the floor, okay? And this is also a nice variation if you're teaching like a inclusive led class and you want everyone to be able to take part. This is a nice, safe variation that people can do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're going to do exactly the same thing where you're going to hug your left knee with your right inner elbow. Good. And you're going to twist and look over the back shoulder. Great. So many people would just stop here and this would be their pose. They're getting a nice torso twist and the hips are also getting nice and open. For you, we know you can bind, so we're going to go for the bind. Well, actually, let's go to the second stage first. Hand under the foot. Now, so here, we need to get this arm a bit more. So I want you to lean away, yeah, and then come in again. Yeah, so now we've got further down the arm. Yeah. Sit tall. Can you try and lift up in your chest a bit more? Yeah, try not to drop the chin too much. That's it. Okay, so now you're going to push your elbow. Very nice, very nice. Great, I'm going to come up. So I'm going to catch this. So I'm just going to push your shoulder, keep that elbow bending. You're going to let go now of the foot. Now we need that real internal rotation. That's it, good. Squeeze tight. Lovely, got it. Great, you get it, and then I'm going to help you hold it. Good, that's a nice bind. Again, keep growing through the spine, nice and tall. Okay, and then release. What you might be able to do in a half lotus. So let's say if you're in a lead class, you'd be doing that. Right. If you're in a Mysore class, you would go through those progressions, and then when you're ready, you'd start working with a half lotus. Yeah. So if you extend your right leg, bring your left leg into half lotus. Great. Now we may not get much movement here, okay, just to, prepare you, because of, where we are in B. Yep. Because in this one, you can't really rock back. In this one, you're just going to try and lift your right knee high. Yeah. Okay, yeah, good.
Do I let go of the foot?
You are going to let go of the foot. So place your right hand on the floor behind you. So now remember, this is a twist.
Okay, so I'm going to need to get left hand over right.
That's right, that's right. That's it, nice, nice. Yeah, nice. So even this is beneficial, okay. Yeah? Look over your back shoulder. Great, great. So what you're doing is you're trying to keep, imagine there's a pole here, yeah, and everything's wrapping to the pole. So don't let that foot come in. The knee needs to come in. This knee, yeah. That's it, very good. Lift the chin a little bit. Good, so that's the beginning of your D.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're going to release. Remember, you're going to release that right knee first. Good, come out nice and safely. Vinyasa, and then we'll do the same on the second side. Okay, so your right leg's going to come in half lotus on the floor, and your left knee's high. Good, and you're going to twist in. Start with hugging first, just so we show the stages. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, and this is really important because you see how close you are here? Yeah. So eventually, when you're in lotus, you'll have this same closeness. Right. But the moment you're in lotus, you're quite far back. Yeah. So it's really nice just to get the feeling of like what it's like to feel that closeness.
Yeah. Like the foot should be in the crease of my belly and my thigh without...
That's right. It kind of pushes up under the ribs, actually. Kind of goes like up under there, yeah. So now you're going to lean back to create some space. And then you're going to come forwards. Good. Now remember, this is your tighter side. That's it. Hand under the foot. Mm-hmm. Good. And you want to really be pressing this arm into here, so it's quite strong. And that's like a lever. You lever against that as you twist. Really nice.
So this pose feels very similar to Padmasana B.
Yes. Paschimottanasana, yes, yeah. Paschimottanasana B, yeah, exactly.
So by that and this in the same sort of way.
Right. So if it were me, I would do Paschimottanasana a couple of times. Okay. Because that's a prerequisite for this, and if you really work on that, it will help this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now let's have a little good look. So again, you're going to come right forwards, trying to get that back of the shoulder to the knee. Yeah. Nice. Nice. The more you can internally rotate this, the more the hand will go. So you keep looking to the back, so you want to be feeling rather than looking. So you can see now here we're a bit stuck.
Yeah.
So that's fine, we just stay here. And again, lift the chin, grow tall through the spine, and keep trying to twist your back shoulder behind your front shoulder. Great. Okay, and then release. So we're going to go for the lotus?
Okay.
Yeah?
Shall I do my vinyasa?
Well, no, because it's all the same posture.
Okay.
We're working it from different angles.
Okay.
We've just worked the top, now we're going to work the bottom.
Let's go.
Okay, so you're going to extend your left leg. You're going to bring your right leg into the half lotus. Good, now you're going to bend your left knee high.
Like that?
Yeah, that's it, that's it.
Do I use my hands to lean back again?
Not really in this one.
Okay.
So you kind of want to be coming here as early as you can. Yes, and can that foot come in at all? Great.
It comes at a diagonal.
Okay, so bring it out. Try bring it out to the side. Yeah, that's it. And then try and bring this knee in a bit and just twist. Yeah, yeah. Try not to let this collapse over there. Okay, so this is where your base is. We're at the maximum. But you can keep twisting with your torso. So your backhand, does it need to go anywhere? Yeah, that's it. And chin up a little bit, get that length in your spine. Nice. Now, obviously, if you felt any knee pain or ankle pain, you would come out immediately. Good, okay, so we're going to come out and release that leg first. And then release. Good. So I know you said once you've been in a Padmasana?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was just like feet over, it wasn't quite.
Okay,
deep.
all right. So shuffle back a bit.
Is that good?
Yeah. And I want you just to come to cross-leg position. Yeah, so you're going to have your right heel, good, which you've got next to the groin, and the left one on top. Yeah, lovely. So just going to take a few breaths here. Now I'm actually going to change my feet because I want to mirror you, yeah? So I want you to be able to copy me.
Okay.
So this heel that's closest to me, I'm going to roll back. Now this doesn't work for everyone, but it can really work. So we're going to experiment, see if it does work. But when you kind of roll back and sort of gets the hips out of the way, it can make it easier to lift the foot, okay? So try sort of shifting back and then lifting that foot and getting that toe on the top of that thigh. Great, great, nice. Okay. Now this, don't do anything yet. This foot, so keeping, you're going to have to really push through here because we're going to do quite a wide lotus. Okay. And because we want to protect your knees, I'm going to ask you to shift this knee out even more. Yeah, to the side. Great. And then slip it on top or lift it. Now as you lift it, can you push this other knee in? That knee in. Good, good. Okay, that's great, that's great, that's great. Stay there. Okay, now I want you to lean back, lift your knees. Can you squeeze your thighs at all? No, okay, no problem.
Let's come out.
Okay, yeah, come out.
It's in my ankle here. It's in the outer ankle quite a lot.
Okay, so let's go again and we'll get your foot a bit higher this time.
Okay.
Okay, so again, right foot.
In.
Okay, so
am I going to try and get just the joint past the thigh a little bit so there's less pressure?
Try and get the heel, the ankle, on there.
Okay.
Because if the ankle's there...
That's what it was doing.
Yeah. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to do it slightly differently. So you're going to, again, remember when we did the half lotus and you held here and you lifted up to your belly?
Yeah.
So do that with me.
Okay.
Right, now this leg, walk it in. Great. And now get the foot there. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So now we're going to need to push that foot down.
Yeah.
Now we are going to need to take this out a bit because if I asked you to lift that up on there...
It'll be damage on the knee.
That's right, wouldn't be great. So I want you to bring it out, but try and keep this knee in place And slide it out. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Open here. Good. And does it come up? Try and keep this, don't open this too much. Now don't force anything because we don't have to use any of this.
I think
that's it, okay, okay, that's great. So just stay here.
Right now it's quite a lot in the knee.
Okay, so what I would do then is I'd place this here and square up. Bring these knees in closer. Yeah, and do a half lotus. So do 5 breaths here.
Yeah.
Can you bring your weight forwards a bit? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in any pain here. It's very deep in the knee. It's very deep. I think it's the knee and this calf tension, like this compression there.
Okay. So you want to listen to that?
I just don't know if it will ever change. Like, will it?
Well, if you do this regularly, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
If you do this once a month, no.
Okay.
If you do it every day, yeah.
And this foot.
Perfect.
Relaxed or flexed?
Like that, perfect. Slightly flexed, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now to come out, you're going to pull out wide.
With the leg that's...
That's it. Good. Now place the other one on the inside now. And let's do the same thing. So you're going to hold the ankle, bring your heel up. Now bring the opposite one in. Again, so it's minimal movement on this knee.
Yep.
Then get that foot. Great. And then the other foot, bring it up a little bit. Nice. Keep squeezing the inner thighs. Very good. How's that feeling?
Just trying to notice where it is, where my limitations are. It's this knee not wanting to... I guess it's the hip not wanting to sink down and the knee not wanting to compensate for that by going.
That's right, yeah. So again, you don't want to press your knee.
No.
Because what you're wanting is you're wanting this to release and open more.
And open, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess when that happens, I'll have more space to get this leg.
That's right. And it's also the whole of the kind of lower back area as well. It's everything, all of that's connected. Okay. So all of that whole area has to sort of soften. That's why doing it, sitting in it, regularly will help.
And the weight, you try and bring the weight forwards here?
Yeah, because then also you're bringing that knee down.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it feels nice to sit forwards onto it. It feels nice. I can, like, the longer I sit in it,
so you could put your hands there even. Yeah, nice. And can you feel also the lower back and the hips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Good.
Well,
very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go like that.
Yeah. And then come to cross-legged. So as well, if you really want to open your hips, you want to sit like this as much as you can. You know, if you're sitting on the sofa, get off the sofa, sit in front of it on the floor like this. Okay. If you're on a chair and it's got no sides, get your legs up, sit like this. Whenever you can, sit cross-legged.
Okay.
Okay.